Okay, and welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast. I go by the name of Chaku.
Michael Stubbs, baby.
And we're back for another episode.
Back again, and once again, we've got some more history. We got another episode that we'll just put into the history books because we actually recorded this shit already, but it didn't record. So
yeah, so we were having some technical difficulty. All right, so the camera, whenever we first started, it wasn't working. There was something going on with that. So
it was a weird day.
But then it miraculously started working. And then the Zoom seemed like it was fine. And then we get through the whole episode. And at the end, there's a little notification. And just the whole podcast did not get recorded. So we didn't want to give y'all shitty audio. Yeah. But then, you know how they say, like, bad things happen in threes?
Mm-hmm.
So that night at my gig, my turntable is acting funny.
Oh, shit.
And it's acting like my other two that I have.
Oh.
The one that Southwest fucked up, and then the one that has just started being weird.
Mm-hmm.
And it's starting to do that. And I'm like, I'm hoping it's just like, it's nothing crazy. But if so, then it's gotta buy it. Y'all gotta understand that these fucking turntables are expensive.
Bro, you could literally sell like 3 of your shoes, resell, and probably just get a new turntable set. I'm gonna be real, fool. Like, I want to feel bad for you, but you keep hitting on dope shit. So I'm just like, dog, you just flip a shoe or two, dog.
I don't even have any dope shoes. Look at all those Vans over there.
This lying ass nigga right here. This nigga hadn't put his foot in Vans in months.
You ain't lying.
It's beneath him now.
Ew, what are those?
Vans.
Oh,
peasant.
man.
Anyways, we are continuing our theme of the Women's Heritage Month. Women's Appreciation.
Women's History Month.
Yeah, Women's History Month. And so if I don't seem as enthusiastic when I'm reading this again, it's just because, like I said, I've done this already. You know what I'm saying? So
we're gonna loosely base this episode on the last one because we got some more shit to throw in there. But yeah,
definitely. But the drink of choice is 21 Seeds Tequila, which is owned by two sisters, Kat Hontas and Nicole Emanuel, along with their friend Sarika Singh. Their Blanco Tequila label that highlights fruit infusions, produced in Jalisco, Mexico, at a woman-run distillery, and this has a burnt orange hue, and it calls for Veracruz grown grapefruit and hibiscus is the flavor, which they macerate with tequila before straining it before bottling it. Sorry, I got a little tongue tied on that.
Which is crazy because like the color.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a blanco, but it looks like a reposado.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That's true. I didn't even think about that until now, and I read this last time.
And then it said it's produced at a woman-owned or woman-run
distillery.
So there's no dudes there at all?
I didn't do the full research into it, but I just think
it's just a bunch of strong chicks.
I think like the head of it
fucking
is
toting crates
a female.
And shit.
Like fucking
they just in there sweating.
It's like where Wonder Woman's from. Just a bunch of women just toss me the barrel.
Where's she from? Is it like that?
She is an Amazon. They call her an Amazonian woman, but she's not from the Amazon. I forgot what fucking island it's called. My bad. I'm the DC guy too. I fucked up. The drink we're gonna be having is called a seed and soda. So it's just the tequila mixed with any type of what's it called? Club soda. We are a little bit above club soda, so we're gonna be doing Italian soda, the Pellegrino. You know what I'm saying?
Pelly, we're bringing back the Pelly, baby.
The COVID special.
This is the COVID special. That's what kept us going through the quarantine times. We was in that little ass studio, sweating, doing DJ mixes and working on music.
Bro, I was just thinking about that the other day, of how you'd be doing them shits and I'd be on your like social medias, like responding to people's requests and shit.
Mike was my PR person.
That was crazy.
You remember that one time when the dude hopped on there and started throwing a bunch of N-bombs?
N-words and shit? Yeah. That's wild.
Crazy. It's crazy what, people do on the internet.
It's crazy what people will do in like anywhere where they don't have to show their face. And all that. You know what I'm saying?
It's very like, it's funny like talk about it because like people are super brave online, and it's just like half the shit that they do online they wouldn't do in real life. So that's why I don't take a lot of people serious. So like,
I was actually gonna share this story on the original episode, but I didn't. But on Monday night, I was playing my PlayStation, and it's like I said, I'm in a clan. I don't talk about it much. It's no big deal.
I'm in the clan, baby.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a clan, and the game that I play requires like a lot of. You put a lot of, if you want to get like exclusive shit, you've got to put a lot of time into it. A lot of time that I just don't have. And so like I do this community event with like people on my team, and like this motherfucker at the end, like granted, we've accomplished the mission, like it's done. And like he has the fucking nerve to hit me with some shit like, oh, well, I looked at your DPS and you did the least amount of damage, and if you would just get this one piece of armor that we really need for you to get, then like we, like it, we wouldn't have problems no more. And I was just like, what?
What are you playing, World of Warcraft?
No, I don't play that. It's not that. I won't divulge the game name.
I want to know.
I'll tell you off pod. I'll tell you this. It's like Call of Duty with magic. I'll tell you that.
For anybody listening, you're a gamer, you probably know what game he's talking about.
Yeah, essentially.
That shows how much gaming I do. I just be on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
We letting out my frustrations.
It's what I left Call of Duty to start playing.
Is it Overwatch?
Essentially. Kind of, but not quite. We'll talk off. But yeah, I snapped on him and just went into a rant. I was just like, bro, I got a life. And he was like, that's no excuse. We've been telling you for months. I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're not my fucking dad. What I do in this game don't put money in my fucking pocket. This is an escape for me, bro. Like, I was like, I play this shit for fun. Like, what are you talking about?
This shit isn't life or death.
Like, this motherfucker is like one of them people, because like the PlayStation has an app, and so like I see my app. Mm-hmm. Anytime like someone starts like a group chat or a party or something on the app, I get a notification. This motherfucker, when I'm at work in the morning, is playing. He has no life. He has no fucking job.
I fucking hate people like that.
And it's like I had to light his ass up. I was like, dog, you don't have a fucking job. You don't have a life, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Like, if you're getting paid to game, then cool. But I hate when motherfuckers be like I just kicked your ass, bro. I'm like, yeah, I also do like a million other things besides fucking play video games all day. So, but guaranteed, if I play this shit all day, I would dust you.
Fuck yeah.
I would murk you without any problems.
I feel it like, if we can go into a little video game tangent, I feel like I'm better than that, because if I do beat you, then it's even worse because you put more time into it.
You put more effort into it.
And a nigga like me just on a hot streak.
And it's funny because like I'll be playing Call of Duty and there'll be these dudes on here like, oh, he's fucking doing this, and I don't even know like the lingo they use for like certain things, but I just be in there lighting niggas up sometimes. Yeah. And he'd be like, oh, well, you're only a level. I'm like, yeah, and I still fucking beat you.
Exactly.
Like, look at the leaderboard. I'm at the top. I got the most kills. My KD is fucking great.
Phenomenal.
Why you mad? I play this shit like twice a week.
Phenomenal. And I still balled on you
all day.
You worked all night. You stayed up all night drinking pounding Mountain Dews and fucking in Monsters, jamming out to Eminem. and what happened? You got smoked by a nigga who plays this game for 3 hours a week. Suck my dick.
And it's funny because like, it's like these dudes have like the OD shit with like all the camos and like the platinum guns or like the gold guns or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And I'll just be on there with my little basic ass gun, light motherfuckers up.
Basic tactic package and shit. Like, yeah. Same thing. Like, so my thing is, and I've always stressed this, I don't play like, them nerds will tell you like, oh, you have to use this piece of armor with this because
I ain't gotta do shit.
And I'm just like, nah, nigga, that shit looks stupid. That's always been my MO. If it don't look clean, I'm not wearing it. Like I make my guy look dope. Like my shit gotta look fly. And like they're just like, so you don't even care about all the buffs and perks it gets you? No, I don't.
Nah, nigga, I don't.
I don't, because I'm not on this game that much, bro.
And then that too, I'm not paying for shirts.
Yeah.
For a video game player.
That's the thing. Like you can pay for it or you can earn it.
That's why if I ever hop into the metaverse, my dude's just gonna be basic ass character, because
black shirt, blue jeans.
Yeah. Maybe some dope shoes. I don't know, because Adidas got that thing going on, but
these fucking guys, fuck Adidas.
But oh yeah, fuck Adidas, bro. Okay, so we talking about taking L's, right?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Again with the sneakers, I always shoot my shot on confirmed because I know I'm not gonna hit nothing.
Yeah.
And when I do, I always hit on some shit that I'm just like about.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like there's been a couple of releases recently that I like really want, and I do not want to fucking pay over retail for it.
Oh, me neither.
But then that too, it's like, okay, even if you do pay over retail for it from a reseller like StockX or something, have you seen those posts recently where people were buying shoes from StockX and then they resold them on StockX, but they didn't pass authentication? It's authentication? Yeah, authentication.
Yeah.
So they didn't pass, and then the people that were selling ended up getting fined. And it's for like pairs of like the original like Yeezys, the Air Yeezys, and some like higher dollar item shoes. And they're getting charged like 200 plus for like fines or like fees when StockX was the one that sold them the shoes.
Fucking StockX, man.
So that makes me really iffy on even purchasing shit from there. If like the shit that y'all are selling me, if I try to sell it to somebody else, that shit ain't gonna pass.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'll go eBay before I go StockX. Typically, just because it's not as many fees involved. But even with that, so today, because we're talking about confirmed right now, fucking bullshit ass confirmed. So I've taken an L on the last two shoes that like I really wanted from Adidas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the first one was the black 350s with the blue mark on them.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted those. They no chance in hell. And so this time around, I think like, oh yeah, I'm ahead of the game this time. So I'll join in on the draw. And then I was like, oh, but they're also listed on Yeezy Supply. So, and they go on sale on Yeezy Supply a whole hour before the draw. So, I'm thinking like, fuck it. I'll just wake up early, hop on Yeezy Supply, buy them outright, then just get out of the draw.
Yeah. They have you sitting in a waiting room and like all that shit.
Fucking bullshit waiting room. Then it fucking after it's do not refresh the page. You're in the waiting room. Okay, whatever. I got it on my laptop. I got it on my phone. I'm like, cool, whatever. Just pop this shit open already. It pops up on my phone first. I'm like, all right, cool. Size 14. That's right. I wear a size 14, ladies. And then I hit purchase, and then it immediately hits me with that error message where it's like, your session's timed out. Please refresh the page.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you fucking kidding me? So I sit there like a moron for 30 fucking minutes refreshing my phone and the laptop, trying to get a purchase screen to pop up, and nothing happens. In fact, it puts me back in the waiting room.
So I've heard that if you're on, did you use Wi-Fi?
Yes.
So if you're on Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi on your phone and then Wi-Fi on your laptop, it's the same like IP, right? And so it reads it as like, I guess it kind of makes it seem like it's a bot.
Is that why? Because it hit me with a couple bot messages at first. It was like, we can't let you sign in at this moment, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a bunch of shit, and it's like, you might be a bot or something. I'm like, what?
It could be, but it's stupid because the thing that I hate about that, which I get because whenever bots like go and like purchase like the shoes, they use different IP addresses.
Yeah.
And so even if it's for like a quantity of like one, it's still different. So if you're like trying to get it on like your phone and your computer, it's reading it as like 2. So I guess it like registers as like, yeah, it's stupid. But then that thing, like I'm trying to figure out like how that shit works, because like recently I've been hitting, and I'm not gonna say my strategy because I don't want y'all motherfuckers doing this, but I've been trying that and it seems like it's working. And so I'm wondering if like any of these draws, if I just have to keep using that same method.
If you're telling me the only reason why I didn't get them shoes is because I was on my Wi-Fi, I'm gonna be so fucking mad right now, bro.
But I mean that could be it. But I'm not like, oh,
you sold out.
But yeah, so I don't know, and I don't know how like Confirm does with like the draws, because I've tried for every like foam runner and like slide that's came out just to see if I'd hit, and it's like, oh, you didn't get selected. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But it's crazy because like them the foam runners, like they're like $90, I think.
Yeah,
and they're reselling for like $250, like $300.
Like, I stumbled upon some guy on YouTube. I forgot his name. He lives in Miami, but he goes around and he busts people selling fakes.
Yeah.
But then again, he's very underhanded himself because he always lowballs motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And he like puts his tactics out there. And then like I watched him go to like one sneaker boutique, check out what they have, go to another one, buy shoes from them, and then take them back to the other one and sell it. And I was just like, what?
Niggas are shiesty like
yo,
that.
this guy is...
See, and it's shit like that that's like fucking up the whole thing, which I get. Like, it's a hustle, cool, but then like for the people that actually like just buy shoes because they like the shoes, like you fuck it up for them. Yeah. But I mean, you know,
I don't know. I was infuriated today. This is probably one of the most angry I've ever been. Like, I mean, it's just bullshit, bro. Like, for the people out there, you know, the working class citizens who do their best, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to do this shit legit. Yeah. I just want a pair of 700 V3s. That's it. That's all I want. And this was a fly ass colorway. Yeah. That's all I wanted. And the problem is because I go to sleep the night before and I start dreaming about when I get the shoes in, like I'm just gonna wake up and purchase them.
Yeah.
Not thinking about like all the fucking the roadblocks that are gonna come my way and shit.
If you do get a shot at the V3s, order half size up.
Well, that's what I was gonna do because my 350s I got them in a 13.5, so I was just gonna get these in a 14.
Yeah, because the ones that I wore them today and they were a little snug. I mean, they need to be broken in. I haven't really worn them a lot. But
it says that on Yeezy Supply. It says order half size up on it.
Yeah.
But shit, what was I gonna say? Damn, I'm blanking again. Fuck.
Okay, so like how you were heartbroken this morning, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine how hurt I was when the Manier ones came out? So I think I showed you. It's like the crushed leather, like sail, and it's like a burgundy color, and like white. So those dropped, and the motherfuckers are in my cart. I was entering my fucking card information, and when I grabbed the mouse, that shit went back a page. And when I tell you, like, my heart sunk to my stomach, I was like, no. I could have had the motherfuckers for retail.
Oh my God.
And now the motherfuckers like almost $500. I am so hurt. I'm like, nah, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I remember what I was going to say. So after I took the L on Yeezy Supply and confirmed, just for shits and giggles, I was like, well, let me just... It's probably like 30 minutes after. I was like, let me just go to eBay and see if they got them on there. And maybe if it's at a decent price, I'll get it. And like I see them and the motherfuckers start the bid at retail price.
Ooh.
I was just like, you fucking asshole. It pissed me off.
How much do you think it'd be with the fees and everything?
They're probably going to get upwards of $300 on it. They're definitely gonna get $100 more than retail. I guarantee you they will.
But you think about it, how much is the original price for the shoe?
It's $210. Taxes and everything. It comes out to taxes and shipping. It was gonna be like $230, and so they were starting their bids at like $220.
Oh, okay.
And like I saw that, and I was at first glance, I was like, oh shit, why are they selling them for retail in my size? And I was like, oh, maybe he got a bunch, and I clicked on it. Because I was just about to go like purchase and shit, like fuck it. Because all they did was they screen capped their confirm notification and posted on fucking eBay of like, yo, we got the shoe, it's coming in. Once it comes in, I'm just gonna reship it to you. Yeah. Essentially. And so like I was getting ready to do that, and it was like, place your bid, starting at $220, and I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, they gonna have niggas bidding on that shit until somebody like, $400, I'll take it.
I ain't got the time for that shit, man.
So you know, it is what it is. And, you know, that's the struggles of people who like dope sneakers. Yeah. So,
but do they like dope sneakers, or do they just like torturing people who like dope sneakers? Because that's what it feels like.
So the thing that pisses me off with that too is just like you have these apps, like JD has their app where it's like the status thing, right? And so, you know, if you're any kind of like person who has any like loyalty to like a company, and they give you kind of like first dibs on, you know, like exclusive products and shit like that, right? So anytime they do like a status like release, they'll send me the notification for it, And I'll be like, all right, cool. So I'll log into the app and I'll go to the thing where it's like, all right, like select this offer. And I go to select the offer and it's like, you're not like eligible for like this.
God damn.
But it's like, I have the highest fucking like membership status within JD.
That's disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm spending a lot of money with y'all.
I'm a gold card member, sir.
Like, yeah. And they hit me with that shit. And then like it'll pop up again. I'll click on it and it'll be like, all right, select your size. And then I'll select my size and it'll be like, you're not eligible. I'm like, well, why would you let me get this far? Y'all just be fucking playing with me.
Stop playing with me, motherfucker.
So yeah, I don't know. It's you know, a love-hate thing whenever it comes to dealing with sneaker apps and all this other bullshit. But yeah.
But it leads me to like buy shit that I don't really want because like I'm kind of like trying to buck the system of like, nah, fuck you guys. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't have.
And that's why I end up with like half the shit that I get because I'm just like, man, fuck it, let me see.
So it's the thing with like tomorrow, the 13s are going to drop. And it's like, I like them, but they're not what I want.
Yeah, it's not like, I'm not like, oh, that's my first
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what pisses me off about it. And it's like, I could. It's just, they're the same price, but I'm just like, I really wanted those Yeezys, man. Like, fuck. So,
it's funny because like I got the notification for those on JD and like it had the and I could have added it to the cart, but I was like, nah,
I'm good. I think it's the colorway because I don't fuck with yellow like that.
Yeah, I don't know what I would wear.
And
never mind, I take that back.
That's fucked up. I didn't mean it like that, but like,
well, nah, because I was about to say the same shit. I was like, I really don't rock anything yellow like that. But now I look and there's like fucking 3 pairs of yellow shoes right there.
Typically, yellow. They like sneaker companies normally put the yellow on like a girl colorway or something like that.
Yeah,
a woman's shoe. So it's like it's very rare to see like a yellow that's not just like loud as fuck on a shoe or whatnot.
I think with the two that I have, it's pretty like manly.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
those two
see,
work.
I wouldn't call that yellow. I call that more gold.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what the Lakers uniform looks like, and they call that gold.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I did buy a pair of female sneakers the other day.
Oh yeah,
it was it Sixers?
Yeah,
mint.
Yeah, which I thought were unisex also.
Yeah,
like I double took when I saw those on sneakers.
It's crazy to me that like there was this thing I seen. It was like Nike in the lab like creating shoes, and it was like, oh, that's a fire ass colorway. And it's like, all right, now make it all women's and kids sizes. And they don't do nothing for men. And you got grown men sitting here like fucking on sneaker release day, like trying to hit on some women's shoes.
That reminds me of so way back in the day, back before we were like super inclusive society and, you know, like progressive. I had a homeboy who he bought a pair of Cheryl Swoops. And he didn't know he went like sneaker shopping with his parents, and he was one of them kids who got like all the Jordans and shit, and like he just saw like a fly pair of Nikes and was like, yo, let me get those. And then like it wasn't until like someone came around with the East Bay and it was like, nigga, those are Cheryl Swoops.
And they got the swoops on.
He was so upset, dog.
He's all hurt.
He's so upset.
And now niggas are just buying women's shoes. You know?
Now nobody cares. It's like if it looks dope, it's dope. If you can fit in it, my thing is they don't make no fucking. There's no woman who has a size 14.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know
my thing too. And you know, I've always wanted one of those billionaire girls club hoodies. Mm-hmm. I just like the design on it. I think it's super dope, but they never had my size.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's taking L's. That's taking L's for us. We just try and hit on fly shit and we can't.
We'll be bringing that back again eventually.
For sure.
But there was a holiday that happened yesterday, and you were working on it.
Man,
I was gonna ask, how was your St. Patty's Day?
My St. Patty's Day was busy.
Mm-hmm. As it should be, because you're in the service industry.
Yeah.
You know?
No green beer. I did drink Jameson, though. So, you know, excellent. I fulfilled my St. Patty's Day
local Irish
checklist. But, yeah, no. So, St. Patrick's Day, I'm normally off on Thursdays, and it landed on a Thursday. And I ended up getting booked to do a showcase in Austin.
ATX?
Yeah, and then it was cool. It was at this place called Lit Lounge. My homie Dennis Loy, shout out to him. He's the one that put me onto the showcase. But
Lit Lounge used to be the library, right?
Nah, that's farther down.
What did it used to be?
I think it's always been Lit Lounge. Or it was like Liquid Monkey or some shit. No.
No, Liquid Monkey's on the right. That's where all the shots were at.
Shit, I don't remember. Because it's right next to that one place. I think it's like Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's real close by there because it used to be that pool place on the corner.
It's closer to 35 though, as opposed to deep further down.
Nah, it's like it's at the very. So you know where Buffalo Billiards was?
I can't recall.
So on the opposite, not on the.
Where's
side
it at? Where's it at to Recess?
It's on. I think it's on the same block.
Okay.
But it's like at this. So like if you're coming from West 6th and then like you hit like 6th Street, it's like that first block of bars. It's on the right hand side. If you're going down towards 35, like if you're going towards Toulouse.
Yeah. No. That's what I make sure.
But yeah, no. So I ended up getting booked for that, and they had a showcase featuring a bunch of like artists, and there was a artist on there that was doing an official showcase at another spot. A bunch of rappers, and then a few DJs. So it was me, Falco, Color Blog, and K Sprinkles, DJ K Sprinkles. This girl is 16 years old.
DJ?
Yes.
Wow.
And she's fucking nice with it.
She's gonna be a star.
She's nice with it, and it's funny because she's super like shy.
Yeah.
But she was up there killing shit. She was making grown men look bad.
Make sure you remember her name when she gets that Vegas residency.
And it was funny because like her pops was up there like helping her set up and shit.
Aww.
And then whenever they like did this set, I was like, all right, I'm retiring after this. So, but nah, she did a really good job. She's dope. But yeah, nah. So initially I was supposed to go out there and do like just a quick set, like nothing crazy. And then I guess they had like another showcase that they had to run to, so they ended up having me play a little bit longer. And so I played probably till there's a few hours. Yeah, like normal set instead of doing like the 30 minutes. But they showed a lot of love out there. Everybody was super cool. I'm sorry, that shit was distracting as fuck. So the movie in the background is next Friday. I haven't seen this shit in forever, but it's the scene where his freaky girlfriend's on the projector grabbing her tits. Yo, my uncle used to live down the hall from this chick.
Oh shit, man! I thought that story was gonna go the other way.
No. They
was like, your uncle got a rack like that in his room.
I think they were like neighbors. She was like his neighbor. Yeah. What's her name in this movie? Fuck, I forgot.
Fuck, me too.
But yeah. So anyways, yeah. So I ended up doing a longer set, and everybody was vibing with it, and it was dope, man. It's dope. It's always cool to like be able to get to play out in South by Southwest because I never got to do that, when I was doing music.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, the show that we had at the show that we had where we opened up for the Raspas, that was during South by.
Was it? No, I don't think it was.
Oh, it was during the summer.
It was a event though. It was a Monster.
Yeah.
School. Yeah.
Never mind.
So
felt like it was South.
But yeah, I mean, and that shit was packed out. We've had our shows in Austin. Yeah. But to do it, during South by Southwest is just a whole nother thing, especially if you're an artist.
Didn't we do a show at Kick Butt during South by?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But it's just like it's Kick Butt's far.
Yeah, it's further, way far away
like,
from.
Ain't nobody coming out there.
See, if it would have been now, when like the domain is built up and everything, we probably could have caught like crowd from there.
Yeah,
because it's like 10 minutes from the domain. 10 minutes from there.
Yeah, it's a dope opportunity, and I always look forward to doing things like that just because you get to network and meet different people, and you can it's better versus like the same shit here where it's just like you see a lot of the same people and you do a lot of the same things, so it kind of breaks you out of that mold just a little bit and helps you kind of like see shit from a different perspective and see which people are vibing with certain things that you play. So but for the most part it's just like anybody that walked in, like I felt like I had them jamming for a little bit, so that's always dope. And then that too was just like he was telling me, he's like, yo, he's like the owner's asking like like where you from, like how long, you know, just shit like that. So that's dope. Like, you know, getting looks and all that good stuff. But I don't know, man. I really don't like
that kid is handsome.
I like his bun. But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a very long day though.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, this whole experience, because I actually got to go to South by on Tuesday, and so Tuesday it was like it's dead, and then like Thursday same thing. Just like in the beginning, like you had all the people there from the showcase, and there was a lot of people like in and out, so it was busier. But it's not what South by Southwest used to be.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know.
I was gonna say y'all didn't catch like a crowd of like white people just going crazy because of St. Patty's there.
No, it was weird.
Because that's my biggest thing about St. Patty's Day.
There was a couple, but I just South by Southwest now compared to like what it was like 5 to 6 years ago is just not the same at all.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like it's
the corporate thing,
and we've talked about it where we just like walk into venues.
Well, we had a whole beautiful like conversation about it on that last podcast. But so let's go ahead and bring it back up then, so we can at least like try to piece it together.
But yeah, like you would walk into any spot and you would see like dope shows, and you would run into like all kinds of dope artists and shit. And even if it wasn't like an official show, like there was some official artists on the shit, which was really dope. But now, like, in order to see any artist that's dope, it has to be an official show. You got to have a badge. Like, there's no general admission, none of that shit.
Or the idea of like, because you said the badge, like the idea of like not having to prep like 6 months prior to the event, of buying your silver badge and all that shit. It was just you can show up,
RSVP, and then show up to these things. Yeah, you get free drinks, free food. Like you get to check out new shit. They give you merch.
If you walk around the area between 4th and 7th Street, you're more than likely gonna find something dope.
Yeah, run into random celebrities on the street.
Save Justin Bieber from a lawsuit.
Yeah,
later on in life.
Save Justin Bieber.
Things like that. That's how it used to be. Now Justin Bieber's going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Because nobody would have got that selfie.
Exactly.
Young Chaku. But yeah, it's really weird, and it's like you don't get those stories that you used to get from back in the day, where it's like Prince did a fucking 6-hour like encore show like at the end of 6th Street. You know what I mean? Like just shit like that,
dope shit like that, or
like random bands. I think it was Metallica. Like they ended up showing up, but they entered the venue under like another name. Yeah. And then like they were like, oh, introducing such and such, and then it was fucking Metallica. Or
me stumbling drunk back to a hotel room and looking off of a fucking bridge to see Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah. Doing a fucking like hour-long set, and I'm just like, oh shit. It's crazy. But no, the thing that we really wanted to harp about on that is basically how like the creativity of the venues and things went out the window, because we were talking about like the whole back when we went, and it was when the Beats Pill had just dropped, and how like they put so much creativity in like into the venue.
It was a whole
for that thing.
Yeah, it was a whole theme. Like they had like an ambulance, like you would hop on, and then like you would take a picture with the pill, like the shirt, but then they had like this little checklist, and they would ask you like, what are your symptoms, like blah blah blah, and it was like cool. Like they played this whole thing out. And it's like venues now, it's just like they set up their thing. Like we went to a thing that had Slack, and if anybody works in the office, you know what Slack is. And so I feel like that and Porsche was probably like the coolest ones I've seen, but that was only 2 out of like all the blocks we were on. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, it was like every corner you hit, there was like something. It was either like Uber Eats, Pandora,
big ass Doritos vending machine in the middle of a parking lot.
Or like Taco Bell, like they all had like their own little like house thing, and it's just like on the daily, like people would go to these different venues because it's like, okay, like I know to go here, recharge, like I'm gonna see this band, like these people are from this place, and then like their headliner is such and such.
All came with like copious amounts of free swag too. They couldn't give away the swag enough back in the day. Here's one that I remember. You probably don't because you were on iPhone. But you remember around when Jay-Z and Kanye had their secret concert up there? And like at the time they were partnered through Samsung. Yeah. So if you had a Galaxy, you could like scan the QR codes that were listed around the city, and it basically gave you the instructions to where the show was.
Dang.
Like, I remember when that happened, it was something along those lines of like, I don't think it was like the QR fully, but it was something that was only compatible with the Samsung phone.
I think it might have been QR.
Yeah, it was like right before, because Jay dropped the Magna Carta Holy Grail was like an initial release with the Samsung Galaxy at the time.
Yeah.
They like partnered with it. And so like when you were walking around, they had all these things that were like scan here or whatnot for your Samsung. And unfortunately I had arrived after the concert, but some of the things were still up.
Yeah.
And I held my phone up to it, but it was basically like telling you where the show was. So like they used to do like, they'd take initiative like that.
Yeah.
And
it
have,
was
like,
just like a lot of like promotional stuff that went into it. And it was cool because I remember at that time it was like, I don't know if it was around the same year, but whenever Daft Punk came out with that Random Access Memories, and the promotion for like that, like people thought they were going to be doing a show
in the right by the Capitol or something like that. Yeah.
So, and people were like gathered, and it was like this fucking scavenger hunt of just like, and then that too was just like the Justin Timberlake, the MySpace secret show, and it was like him, Kid Cudi, like a bunch. That's the one we almost snuck into.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just shit like that, and then now it's just like you show up and it's like you get all these like random artists on, and you know why it's like that? Because there's a lot of promoters that promote these venues, and it'll be some weird shit like, oh, real nigga mixtapes, and then they like charge these artists. They charge these artists to come on these shows, because there was an artist that my sister was working with at the time, and they paid to get a slot on this show, and we showed up to the venue because that was at one time I DJ'd out there with her, and that was my first time DJing.
I remember that.
And
I went.
And we went to that one spot upstairs, and it was like all these trash ass artists.
Yeah. Also, guys, heads up: do not pay for a spot to perform. If you have to pay, 90% of the time you're the one getting hustled. Like straight up, you shouldn't have to pay to be on the card. Like your talent speaks for itself. They'll invite you. They'll put you on that shit. Like you don't pay to get a spot. That's not how it goes.
Yeah. And so like the chick that she was with was like, she was pissed. She was like, what the fuck? She's like, I paid, X amount of dollars to get on this shit, and they ain't even giving me a set. Like she didn't even get to perform. And she was like, you got to talk to, and I guess like the dude that she was supposed to contact, I don't really remember the details, but more or less it was just like some janky shit.
Yeah, it was super sketchy.
But that's all, like all the unofficial shows that I've seen in the recent years from South by Southwest, like that's how they all been in my experience. So, I can't really speak on people that go out there with the badges and shit and get to go and see all these dope artists, but it's just, anything on 6th Street is kind of questionable nowadays.
Sketchy.
Dirty 6th at least. West and East 6th, they're still doing some dope shit.
That'd be the one thing I want to check out, because in all the times that I went to 6th Street, East 6 wasn't really established like that.
Yeah, but now
outside of that record company that's like right at the corner where 35
and
is
then
at.
that too is like whenever they would set up, then they would always have Fader for it at the end of that,
and Fader for it would take over. Now like they've built up all of East 6 for miles down. Yeah. So it's like, I wonder what they have popping off over there.
I don't even think they did a Fader for it this year. And Fader for it was always like one of the big ones that people would always be like, oh my God, like did the RSVP drop? Like motherfuckers would wait
but
for that shit.
But I always thought like anyone could get in the Fader for it. That's how I always took
Anybody can get in the Fader for it. Well, RSVP wise.
Yeah.
It's not, specifically for people with badges or anything. It's just like you get the link, you RSVP to it, and you show up. And the cool thing about Fader was it was like all day. So like the doors would open around like 2-3 p.m. and you would go there, and there was like some bands on in the beginning, whatever. But then they had like the open bar and like all kinds of shit. And then like people would wait there all day, would not leave, just so they could see one artist perform, at the end of the night. Which, guaranteed they were probably playing like 5 or 6 other shows, around the city, but that was just like the one spot.
Do they still do the Woody Awards?
And I don't see. That's the thing. Like I don't know if they do that anymore.
Because I know the area where they used to do it at. There's a Skyrise there now.
They built. I was just talking to KG about that.
Yeah.
Shout out to KG. He was the one that went out with me on Tuesday, and we got to go check out. So there's this chick. She probably doesn't remember me. But we were reintroduced, or I was reintroduced. Her name's Maylat, and she's a singer. So back in the day, whenever I was doing shows at like ER Bar and Cena, remember we had that show circuit here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
She was on a lot of like the same shows that I was on, and you know I got to hear her sing. She had a nice voice, but when I tell you, nigga, like seeing her perform this past weekend, was it on Tuesday? This past week, on Tuesday, yo, the level that she's doing shit now is fucking amazing, and she played at Stubbs, and she fucking killed that shit.
That's growth for you, dog. That's dope.
Like she fucking killed it. So shout out to her, and I expect to see nothing but great shit from her in the future.
That's dope as shit. It's always nice to see somebody still, like
killing it,
pursuing what they like, what they love.
Yeah, but she was out there doing her shit. But yeah, so got to link up with them and chopped it up with them for a little bit, and then headed back. But yeah, man, I just South by. Hopefully, I doubt it'll ever be what it used to be.
I don't think it's gonna go back.
But I feel like it's gonna take for it to get back to that point is all the old motherfuckers like us to be in those positions and be like, hey, like this is what
this is what it used to be, man.
What it used to be.
There was passion. Yeah. There's none of that no more.
Yeah, I really feel like they lost like the creativity in the past. There was some cool events, like Cheetos had a thing set up. They was doing like some whole hands-free thing, but it was funny as shit because me and KG were talking about it, and on it was like a couple of corners, but you know how like back in the day, like Monster or like Red Bull and like all them, like they would be on the streets fucking just handing out like Red Bulls. They'd have the fucking trucks and like all that shit. Nigga, we was walking and they had C4 on like almost every corner, and like people running around with it. I was like, God damn.
I just saw like somebody post a video that was like, when I see people taking C4 in the gym, and it's like I clicked on it, and it's like the guy is like he's a health advocate, and he was just like breaking down all the components in C4 and why it's bad for you. And he's like, basically you're just drinking flavored caffeine. There's nothing that benefits you in it, so it's like a really shitty product, but it's being like forced down everyone's throat. And
it's funny because like we were thinking that, it was like, damn, they really trying to get rid of this shit.
Pre-workout to people? Oh, that's a bad combination.
They had a regular one, and then they had the pre-workout. And so they were like explaining at the table, and I ended up grabbing one because I never tried one before just to see what it's about. But we're like walking down the street, and there's like people with like the pouches and shit, and you know how most of the time it's like they're only there for like an hour or two, and then they like pack up their table and leave. These niggas were out there all day.
It's all fun and games till someone's heart explodes.
But it was funny because we were walking down to this other event, and they had the C4 trucks sitting out front, and they just fucking threw like a whole case, like not even unwrapped or nothing, like right next to the garbage can. I was like, yo, you about to have these homeless people out here juice the fuck up. Like they're gonna be running around
wild, dog.
Yeah.
It'll be like 28 days later running around the street.
But yeah, so but I hopefully next year I'm gonna try to get on more shit next year. Maybe it'll be a little bit better, but South by Southwest.
Yeah, because just because you're not a rapper right now doesn't mean that you're not an artist, Chaku. You know what I'm saying? You're a DJ. Yeah. You should be spinning some places in South by. You know damn well I'll be there.
Okay, I will say
front row.
I went to one party, and it was Warner Music. I feel bad because the dude looked like he was really passionate, but he just wasn't playing very well.
Oh,
but he was booked, so I can't hate. It wasn't my preference. But it was crazy, and I was just wondering how people get these placements. Where I gotta go? Do I need management? I think I need management because managing myself is hard as fuck.
Yeah,
I can't even keep my schedule straight. But we won't delve into personal issues.
Yeah. No personal issues on the pod.
But yeah, moving forward.
Once again, we did touch on this on the pod that you guys will never see. So if the passion's not in it, then you understand why. But I got time today, Chaku. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you have time today, Mike?
Why do I have time? Glad you asked. So the other day, my apartment likes to go, like the apartment manager likes to drive around in her fucking golf cart and look at people's cars and shit and try and make like decisions on them without actually knowing the whole story. So your boy was going to grab something to eat after a hard 3 hours of work in the morning, and it was lunchtime, and I go out to my car and I see this big ass orange fucking fluorescent sticker on the windshield, and basically it's saying like, you're at risk of being towed because you're illegally parked. Your car does not have a legal Texas registration on it, and so because of that we can tow your car. And I was just like, fuck that, because this is the second time this has happened. The first time was when I moved in. Like I said, the registration was out by like a month, and they had sent me an email then. So I don't know why they couldn't send me an email this time, but they sent me an email that time, and it was just like, hey, just so you don't get towed, please get your registration. And I did back in September of last year, and told the fucking the office, and the fucking apartment manager was the one who responded to the email and was like, cool, I'll note it down, thank you. So you can only imagine how much more livid it made me when I read the fucking sticker on my windshield, and this bitch, the apartment manager, signed it with her own fucking hand, with her own signature on there. So, you know, that was basically when I said, fuck it, I got time today. So I ripped it off my windshield, hopped in the car, and I keep my fucking registration sticker in the car, of course, like you should, but I have a crack in my windshield and I need to get it replaced. So that's why I haven't put it on the windshield. And I drove up to the front office and like walked in, knocked on the door, and like I was like, hey Bonnie, and I like walked up and I stuck the sticker on her desk, and I just slapped down my registration and like looked her in the eyes. I was like, hey, my car's been legal since August. Leave me alone. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, stop playing with me. There's cars that don't move in this parking lot for 6 months because they can't fucking drive, and you keep fucking with me. Yeah. Like, I'm not having it. Literally the other day, because I've still been like browsing around, there's a fucking a Range Rover in there that has it has a sticker on it that expired in 2020, and it never fucking moves. And I'm just like, and you fucking come to my car? Like, who the fuck?
Where's the fluorescent sticker on that fucking car?
Where's the sticker on that motherfucker? So the follow up for this, now that we've had time, is she caught me this morning walking my dog, and she was on her golf cart, and she like came up, she like rolled up next to me. She's like, sir, I'm so sorry about the miscommunication, that what happened, and I just want to let you know that I did notate it down, I did put it in, your license plate is in there, no one's going to touch your car again, I'm so sorry, and blah blah blah. I'm just like, okay. It was like, also, I just woken up, so I'm like, I'm tired, I'm groggy, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, can you just let my dog piss in peace, please? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, are you having a good day? I was like, bitch, I just woke up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, I just woke up. Like, it's not the time to be asking me this shit. You
like,
know what I'm saying?
I want $1,000 off my rent.
Like, yeah, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I was gonna ask you, when was the last time you had a moment where you were just like, fuck, man, I got time today, fuck it, I'm gonna let you know what's up now?
Those moments are few and far between. The couple of moments that I have had were physical altercations, but that's because people were being disrespectful, and I don't tolerate that shit. I could say back in the day, I got into one of my actually my supervisor, my direct supervisor. So we won't name no names, but I just, I was working at this place, and on my I don't really have a lunch break, right?
Yeah.
So I just kind of try to like eat, at work. Mind you, like, my job's not demanding enough to where it's like I can't eat and work at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? I can sit there and eat, snack, and still do my job effectively. So one of my supervisors comes in, and they're like, I'm trying to like tiptoe around this because I don't want to accidentally say some names, or say he or she, but they walked in and they were like, what did I tell you about eating on the clock? And I was like, mind you,
I love the look.
Mind you, I'm eating like something small. This is like chicken tenders or something easy, some finger foods. This nigga that I work with is eating a whole like hoagie, like a big ass sandwich, like munching on that shit like 5 to 6 feet away from me while she's telling me this. And I didn't even say shit. I just looked at her. Oh damn, I said it. Fuck it, I don't care. I looked at her and I looked at him, and I was like, yo, I was like, really? I was like, you coming at me for, I was like, okay. And she got all pissed and she's like, you know what, since you want to give me attitude, like hand over your keys and give me your name tag. I was like, okay, bet. And so I just handed that shit to her and I just walked the fuck out. And so she's following me and she's yelling and she's like just in a fucking, like she's going off. So I turn around, I'm like, look, I'm like, you are being super disrespectful right now. I have nothing to say to you. Yeah. I said what I needed to say. This person's obviously, you know, on the clock. I'm not the only one. Yeah. You come for me because you don't like me. It is what it is. I'm just because I don't kiss your ass like everybody else, and I'm not gonna do that. I come here, I do my job well, and I go home. Right? I'm not here to fucking, you know, like please you and make sure like we're best buddies or best friends. Like it's not how the fuck it works. Yeah. So I said what I had to say, and I'm going to clock out. Here's my keys. Here's my name tag, and like I'm at this level of mad where it's like I'm so mad, but I'm like super calm.
Yeah, which is dangerous.
And so I turn around, I'm like, lady, if you do not stop following me, I'm like, I am leaving. You're still talking to me. And I was like, I don't want to hear shit you have to say. I was like, this part is done. I was like, if you want to speak to me, I was like, you get the director and then we can all have a conversation. But until then, I was like, I'm out. Yeah. And so, yeah, you know, long story short, they ended up like pulling me aside, like, no, it's fine, like, stay. And so it's a stupid thing, but it's just like shit like that.
I hate it when people in power try and antagonize you to like do something.
Like, nigga, I'm not scared to lose my job,
but it's just, you know what I'm saying? And it to me, it's like the most cowardly fucking thing you can do. Yeah, it's like, you know, you're in power. You know that if I do something, I'm the one who gets in trouble for it. So it's just like you got to be the bigger person and like just keep it pushing. But yeah,
especially if you're a black person. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I've had so many managers in the past, like, mind you, like, these were coworkers, and then they got promoted to these positions, and then they just start acting like a fucking ass and start swinging their dick,
acting different.
And I'm like, bro, you did the same shit that I did, and you see, this is my thing. If I'm ever in a position to where I'm like management, and I've already done your job, and I know how annoying like certain things are, I'm gonna do what I can like as a manager to make sure like those things are like the least of your problems. Yeah. Not just pile work on top of you and expect you to do all these things.
I don't have to worry about it no more. I'll just pass it on to them.
Yeah, for real. Like, and then hey, it's just like if I was in management, like there's just some people shouldn't be managers because they don't know how.
That's how it was at the bank. Like, same thing, because it's just like a promotional system. You start at the lowest level, which is an MSR, then you become an MSS, then you become an SMSS, and then everything after that is management. Yeah. And so like when I got there at the branch, there were people who were like in the same group of people as me, but like one of them kissed enough ass to get the
if you kiss enough ass, he'll move up to the next level.
Exactly. So they got like the next level.
Secretary.
They got the next level, and they thought like they can talk to me however they wanted, and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna respect you.
And boy, is that great.
Like, yeah,
you get to take messages for the secretary who never went to college. She's actually the boss's niece, so now you're part of the family. Nah, but you know what college does for you? Makes you really smart, man. All you kids want to talk in the back of the class, not me. I listen, okay? I was a hall monitor. This was meant to be. You know how many classes I took? Extra classes. No, I never had sex, but you know what? My degree keeps me satisfied. When a lady walks up to me, she says, hey, you know what's sexy? I say, nah, I don't know what it is, but I bet I can handle the changing purse very fast. Sorry, I had to get that shit off.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. But
it's
so fitting.
It's just like, if y'all don't know where that's from, I'm fucking sorry. Do some research.
Yeah. Children.
But nah, it's just like people that are in those positions, man. It's just like, it's crazy. And then and to keep in mind too, it's just like I was in line, you know, for like promotions. Like I've been there, you know, the longest time, and then like these people get promoted over me, and I'm just like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. My thing was like, because when I did eventually get that promotion or whatnot, I didn't change. I was just like, this just means that I can handle more things, but like I'm still Michael, and I'm still gonna talk to you like the same way. I'm not gonna talk down on you.
Yeah.
Like most people did. Like, oh, I got that extra letter on my name. Like,
I will say though, like being in that position, like it makes it a little harder too, because even though you're like cool with these people and like they're your coworkers, you can't be like, but like they expect you to be like buddy.
Yeah.
It's like you have more responsibility. So I get like that aspect, but if you're just like a flat out dick, because I'm not supposed to do that because I'm the manager.
Yeah,
it's like there's
shit.
like different things you can do to like get around it. But yeah.
It's like you could be buddy if the work's getting done.
Yeah,
you
if
know
the work's getting done, cool. Like
it doesn't matter.
If everybody just does their job and operates cool, then there's no fucking problems.
Yeah,
and that's how I'm always am with like people that I work with, because they typically look at me as like a lead. Yeah. So I'm just like, hey, as long as y'all doing y'all shit, like we straight. We good. I don't have to say nothing. It's cool.
Exactly.
And then like the times that I do have to say stuff, I'm just like, hey, let's try to work on this. But I mean, other than that, like y'all doing great.
I need you here at 6 a.m. because you gotta wash my car.
Like fuck y'all. But yeah. So but yeah, that's probably it's rare for me, being in those positions. But now that we talked about it, I'm pretty sure like in the future I'll probably have a nigga moment.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. That's what I was gonna call it. I was gonna call the topic, when was the last time you had to go full nigga? Because sometimes you just gotta let that nigga out, man. Like, don't mistake my kindness for weakness, bro. Like, I'm soft spoken. I might not like speak up a lot, but it's just like I know when I'm being disrespected.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I know when you're being disrespectful. Don't think I'm not
like,
fucking stupid.
One thing
you know what I used to hate? I hated when niggas used to do dumb shit in front of you, thinking like you wouldn't say nothing about it, and then it's just like, nigga, I'm right here.
Yeah,
like what the fuck you thinking? Like, what would you think? What, you thought I wasn't gonna see that? Like, you did it right in front of my fucking face, you idiot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just like built up shit that happened in like middle school and high school and shit, where I was just like, wait, you thought you could just disrespect me in front of my face and I wasn't gonna call you out on it?
It's like when you're in groups of friends, and there's always one friend that like jokes about some shit, but like they do it in a way where it's like, oh, you trying to be like, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, because I get it. I get it exactly. Because I got my core group of friends. Me and my core group of friends, we have our jokes. But there's that one where it's like, oh, you crossing some fucking lines. No. With us, it's like, we cross lines and we're funny. But then like, say like somebody else joins the group and they're not a part of the core group of friends, and they think like, oh, I'm gonna talk shit to him too, because that's what they all do. Yeah. And then you clap back on them, and then they're like, and it's like, bitch, you ain't a part of this. Like, shut the fuck up. I will say, what we do is what we do. You be cool. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a part. You ain't in this. Okay, so like me being the mixed dude, or like mostly black. When people look at me, they say black, right? Yeah. And so me being a black guy, it's just like I have a lot of Hispanic friends, and so with some of my Hispanic friends, like the black jokes are funny. Yeah, and then some of them are just corny. But then there's some, and I'm just like, do you know how I'll punch you in the fucking throat? Yeah. I used to have that too. There's some people I can like take it from, but then there's some people like that you can tell behind it, like they really mean the shit. Yeah. Like it's like really some like racist shit, and they think that they're better than you. And I'm like, nigga, I will, I will like fire. I'll fucking inch you, dog. Yeah, like that shit. That's just shit like that. A lot of times. Yeah. It's funny because like people listen to the podcast and be like, well, Choco, I didn't know you felt that way. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking like it's. I made a comment about people talking to me while I'm DJing. Hey, I'm sorry about that one time that. Yeah, so I made a comment about like people talking to me while I'm DJing, and it was like, "Oh, I didn't know you felt like that." Yeah. I'm like, it's certain people. It's not everybody. It's not. But then like most of the time too, it's like half the time when you're talking to me and I'm DJing, can't hear it. I only hear like maybe 80% of it. Yeah. And then like when I ask you, it's like I'm trying to listen, but at the same time I'm like, I'm spinning, so it's a little rough to do. Yeah, it's not being mean or anything. Yeah, I'm not trying. So if you ever feel like I'm ignoring you whenever I'm DJing, I'm not. I'm like really focused on my job. So there's times where I'll take breaks. 'Cause I mean, like if I'm like if you think I'm ignoring, like I'll see you step like to the side a little bit, and then like whenever I'm done mixing or doing whatever I'm doing, like we'll continue the conversation. Yeah. But like it's not that I'm not listening. if that makes sense.
No, that's exactly why, like, a lot of times I'll like pause if there's something important I have to say.
Yeah.
And just wait for you to finish the mix and you give me your attention again, then I'll just like continue the conversation.
I feel like the people that have been around me enough, like they know, so like you
Yeah.
and then like a few other people, and then like it makes it easier. But like for people that don't really know it, like they'll just kind of like stand there and look at me.
Like, what's
And
going
like
on?
they're waiting for me to say something. I'm like mid-mix, baby.
I asked you what's your favorite pizza.
And then I'll ask them again, like later, I'll be like, I'm sorry, what'd you say? And they'll be like, oh, nothing, it's not important. And they get like, they feel some kind of way about it. I'm just like, all right.
Thought we were
whatever.
friends.
Or like most of the time, like whenever it's like female friends that come, like they kind of feel some kind of way. And then like dudes, they just like walk off.
Yeah.
So
Guess he doesn't want me on stage.
I don't mind y'all being there, but somebody had posed that question the other day. They were like, how do you feel about people being on stage? If it's people I really rock with, and for those of y'all that come up on stage and like chill, y'all know who y'all are.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like random people, like I don't really vibe with that.
So that came up this weekend because I was 3 deep, and I'm all about, like, I like to give you your space because I still know you're doing a job, and it's stupid for all of us to be up there when there's no reason for all of us to be up there. You know what I'm saying? And so like my girl was just like, oh, because like it was crowded when we got there. And she was like, we're all just going to go on stage. And I was like, not 3 people. Like, why?
And we'll see with that too. It's like if you're with a couple of people and like I have the space, like I don't mind. So like that stage, like it's pretty spaced out. So y'all could have propped up some chairs. I'm cool with that. Because I mean, it's cooler for y'all to like be like, all right, like I can talk to him, and at the same time, it's like I got my people here too.
I
so
just feel bad when I crowd the stage.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's my thing.
If it's like a super small space, then that's different. Ugh, this nigga butt cheeks on.
Hashtag warrior.
Who's calling me right now in the middle of the pod? You see that? Somebody just calling me right now.
Scam likely?
Probably. I don't know. You're ruining our film.
You fuck. No, I'm all about, like, I want to give that person their space, because I think if I'm in the same situation, that's why I probably can never be a DJ, because I'm not as personable as you.
No.
But I'd be like, yo, get back the fuck up. Like if people kept like crowding around me, or there were like 5 people around me and shit, I'd be like, yo, back up.
If it's like super crowded, I feel some kind of way. And I kind of like give you a look. Yeah. If I don't really know you, I just be like, why is this motherfucker like so close? Or like people that try to like look over my shoulder. But if I know you and you're like looking at what I'm doing, I'm cool with it. Yeah. But like then that too, like going back to what you're saying about bringing people on stage or like bringing people around, like I said, if it's a smaller area, then I'm kind of like, but if it's a bigger area, then I'm cool with it. I don't really trip. As long as y'all don't like crowd me while I'm trying to work, I'm straight.
Yeah. Like if it's where you normally play, when you play outside at that venue,
there's that whole space.
Yeah, because there's the space in the back where you can sit down. You're not in eye view, and it's perfect like that. And I think that's where my girl like got it mistaken, because she was like, "We're so used to doing that." Yeah, and then now you're inside, and I'm like, it's not like it's not the same thing. I'm telling you, like it's not as comfortable. One. So
that's true, and I didn't want y'all to feel like that meme where it's like when people are in a DJ booth, and it's just those motherfuckers. Yeah, exactly. The Twilight niggas just looking out. I didn't want y'all to feel like that, because not everybody's like that. Okay, but
oh man, I'll be thinking about that too. That's what I'll be thinking. Like I was like, man, do I look like I'm like in the entourage?
That's why I hate being in like VIP sections, because I feel like people look at me like I'm like, dog, I don't really care. I'd rather be down there with y'all. But we can't bring this bottle over there.
But
so
people think you're special.
No, we're not.
That's all that is. You're just paying. That's all VIP is. You're paying to look special.
I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. It doesn't have to be one nigga that just pays for the bottle. You can get a group of niggas together and look like y'all are balling like shit.
It's no problem.
People do that shit all the time. Yeah. But
we digress. Yeah. Anyways, music corner. Ooh. So it's been a couple weeks. Sorry about that. We do have to finish up our review of Jeen-Yuhs.
I'm sorry. This movie. All right, so I forgot about that part. But then was this next Friday? Yeah. Baby Joker with his butt cheeks out.
Hashtag warrior.
All right, my bad.
Favorite part though. But yeah, so we've got to do our little quick recap on episode 3. And brother, that's not a good episode. Is I mean, not good as in like like the crafting and quality of it. The quality is good, but it's just like all it's doing is just recapping like the current Kanye that we're like on right now. So
it's very hard to watch.
Yeah, all the nostalgia and reminiscing of all like the good times and shit. That's all out the window in this one.
Now it's just wild Kanye.
Yeah, wild off the meds.
What was that shit that Charlemagne?
Charlemagne.
That was that. Who was that? Webby. I forgot. He's like whatever. But anyways, Charlemagne was talking about the whole Kanye and like Pete thing, and he was just like, I don't think Kanye is crazy. I think Kanye knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah,
and he just so
yeah.
But yeah, it was really tough to watch, like especially when he started going on them rants talking about he Deadpool and shit. And it but I mean, you know, it's cool to have like the people that he had around him, because if it was just some nigga trying to make money, he would have just kept that shit rolling.
They would have just leaked the audio and sold it to TMZ or whatever.
Leaked all them fucking random conversations. So
you could tell how much he cared, because he'd always cut the camera whenever he started going off on one of them crazy ass tangents. So it was just like, all right, cool. That's what's up with Cootie. I'd love to see more work from Cootie coming soon.
But the craziest shit they say is like the documentary thing was like 7 hours, right? And so, but I guarantee there's so much more footage.
Oh yeah.
And I wish they'd do like a part 2, because and my main thing is I want to see a lot of like the studio sessions.
Yeah.
So like where he was working on like either 808s or like my beautiful dark Twisted
Unfortunately, I don't think he was around during 808s.
Yeah,
because that was right around the time.
I think he said that,
because he said the Glow in the Dark tour and all that shit, and that's all right after Donda died. And that was where they went their separate ways up until they reconvened in 2014.
But I wonder if anybody else has like footage of like studio sessions. Somebody's got to have some shit,
because that's the best part of it, of the whole documentary, is when it shows like the creative shit. The creative shit, like the studio scenes, him in China discussing how he wants to make his Yeezys and all that, and like basically sketching out what will become the 700s and all that. Like that's dope as shit. Like, give me more of that. I can watch that for all fucking day, because it's like, it's inspiring. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But then that's so, and a lot of people like give Kanye shit, but it's like, bro, like you gotta think about it. As much as this motherfucker was traveling and like different studio sessions, like going to fucking work on designs, like going to China, then coming back to, like, I could barely handle a fucking like a week, traveling between gigs. Like that shit, that's a lot of wear and tear in your body. Yeah, and don't give me no shit about this nigga got a private jet and all that shit, because flying is still flying.
Yeah, I was tired as fuck when I got back from Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, I bet you that plays a big part in too, because a lot of these people that do shit on that level, like one person that fucking blows my mind with the traveling shit and doing gigs is fucking Diplo. Yeah, because Diplo. Everywhere. Remember that string on like Snap? I told you to follow him on Snap, because he's just fucking everywhere. It's like one week he's in LA, the next week he's in like Asia, and then the week after that he's in like Brazil, and I'm just like, yo, this motherfucker is everywhere, but within like the span of days.
Yeah, I said Envy's like that too, DJ Envy.
Yeah. Okay, but, you told me about that shit.
Yeah, he's more. He doesn't. Diplo's more OD on it because he's different countries, but DJ Envy, like every fucking night he's booked out like you, but all his gigs are in different cities. Yeah. So it's like, I'm trying to be like, I'm flying to Houston to do a set. I'm flying to Atlanta, and then he'll always fly right back. Yeah. And be there 5 a.m. for the radio show, and it's just like, damn, that's crazy as fuck, man.
I need that DJ Envy schedule.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Moving.
But yeah, no, that third episode of Genius was a rough one. Yeah. But all in all, I just would like to say, I hope Ye is okay.
We all do.
I hope Ye is okay, because we still need.
Call me.
We need you, Ye. Fucking next Friday.
Move it, Hood Rat.
Goddamn. But shit. Anyways. I mean, I feel like it's a good little, little piece. It's a nice little bounce back from the L we took this past Wednesday. Yeah. So yeah,
took an L's, but we rebound. So
rebounding, baby.
Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. You know where to find us at. We'll get this up as soon as we can, And expect a new episode next week too.
Yes, sir.
So,
yeah. We'll be back on the regular schedule. So for all of y'all that have been hitting me up talking about where's the pod at, here it is.
Where's the pod, Chuck? I drove to work today and there was no pod.
And also, if you have purchased merch and you need to come pick it up, I'll have it on me. We do have some left. My dog, you need to come get your shirt, or I can bring it to you. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Get your shit.
Yeah, we got some other shit coming too. We've been working. So, be on the lookout for that.
Yes, sir.
But on that note, we are going to get up out of here. So, y'all take it easy.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.